Hi there, Carson Heady. Hope you are doing well. Today, I'm going to talk a little bit about why regular reinvention of yourself is so critical. Um, Notwithstanding the fact that we're in a unprecedented time that really requires every one of us to take a different approach to practically everything that we've ever done. Um, I'm in sales and have been for much of my career. Many of you are as well. Obviously, sales looks completely different. Much of our work is done virtually, requires us to learn and flex new muscle with digital and virtual relationships and meetings. And every industry has been completely impacted, whether you are in retail or manufacturing or healthcare. Every single facet of your role is going to be impacted by what's going on in the world. But even outside of a pandemic, you know, things change all the time. You could be the smartest person in the room at one organization, and your job is eliminated, and you move on to something else, and you have to learn all over again. Now, I will stress that I think it's critical, and I like to talk about finding your superpower and establishing your brand. Um, that you're going to gravitate towards certain aspects of different roles. Obviously, people, finding people that are doing what you want to be doing and mimicking or taking their best practices into your arsenal. But you're always going to infuse the unique value and the differentiators that you bring to the table into whatever role you're doing. And that actually makes the transition and that reinvention easier. But for whatever reason, things will change all the time. Organizations are going to change. They're going to do different things to try to meet client demands. You could go through a merger, an acquisition, your title changes. Things change all the time. You can do one of two things or go in one of two directions. You can either accept these changes and control what you can control and adapt and evolve, or you may make a decision to go in another path that may lead you to a different type of role, or it could lead you to a negative result if you don't evolve and pivot given the changes. But there are steps that you can take to ensure your survival during times like this. First off, recalibrate and refocus. Take time and really analyze the parameters, understand the game that you're playing, and the rules and how the things that you've learned before can be parlayed into the new scenario. Don't have immediate reactions. Soak it in. Don't react. Don't respond in a way that is negative. You obviously you entered into a contract with your organization. They agreed to provide training and support, and you agreed to be the person that you pledged to be on interview day. So make sure you follow through on that. Second, be patient. Focus on the moment, the day at a time. I remember starting in a new role years ago, and everything that was being said around me was like another language to me. And fortunately, I can type quickly. I took a lot of notes. Not all of them made sense, but 6 months down the road, they all made sense. And so I knew I was making progress. So focus on each meeting at a time, get as much out of it as you can. This too shall pass. Third, take what you've learned and that you've enjoyed about your previous role that no longer exists, and bring it forward with you. You're always going to have little nuggets throughout your career that you can tap into. There's absolutely jobs that I had years ago that I loved, and I can never recreate that even if I tried. But I can absolutely take aspects and elements of those roles and the things that made them fun and energized, and I can infuse that into what I do every day. So I encourage you to look at those types of things, bringing forward key learnings, processes, principles, sometimes even people along for the ride for what you're doing when you're building a team. You can be great at whatever you're doing, and then things change completely. So you have to make decisions and commitments, recommitment to alter your approach and to go into this new scenario. You're going to also learn a lot along the way. I'm privy to a lot of the mistakes and missteps that I've made in my career, and I can look back and do things differently, given that trajectory that I want to be on. You're going to be called upon to reinvent yourself many times in your career. And the quicker that you're able to accept that and look at ways to go forward in a positive way, um, the better off you'll be. You're going to be called upon to learn new processes, new technology, new products, new services. Your target audience will change. Everything about you will change. I can count on well, it would take many hands to count the number of managers that I've had in my career. They change frequently or have changed frequently at times. And so you're constantly going to be interacting with new people. But there's a bright side to that, because you'll be exposed to new perspectives, new relationships, and new potential reward. So anyway, hopefully all is well in your neck of the woods, and happy selling.